Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of Cook with Brooke, the cooking show that doesn't have any food. This show is about what's cooking at the Air Force Enlisted Village. Today we've got a special episode. We're going to talk a little bit of depth here on COVID and the things that we're seeing around, specifically as it relates to this new Delta variant. We're going to have Bobbi Jo come on, talk about what's happening at Bob Hope Village, and we're going to have Terry come on, and she's going to talk about what's happening over at the Hawthorn House. Everything is moving forward. We're all taking extra precautions right now. We're going to go into a little bit more detail on that as we go through. Overall, things are going very, very well at the Air Force Enlisted Village. We have a high percentage of residents that are vaccinated, which is fantastic. We have a very high level of staff members, team members that are also vaccinated. There are some people that have been hesitant about the vaccine, and I understand that. The Pfizer vaccine was just recently officially approved, and so they removed the term emergency use from the vaccine, which for many people is going to be comforting. It's going to allow them to take that step to be able to get vaccinated. And for the people that are not vaccinated, we really, really encourage you to do so. It's starting to see the many companies and many places around the United States are starting to make it mandatory. We haven't done that yet. It is a step that could be in the future, though. It's so important that we make sure that we take care of our residents and our families, both in terms of our team and the people that live here. So we want to make sure that we take every precaution that we can, and the vaccine is one way that we can do that. So again, if you haven't taken that step, ask people about it, ask your doctors about it, ask a medical professional about it, what they think about it. It's been very, very effective for us. It certainly changed the way that we were able to operate throughout the spring and summer. And even now with this COVID Delta variant that's on, there are some people that have been vaccinated that get COVID, but the impact to them is very, very minimal. So we have to be careful. We have to make sure that we're taking all the right precautions. And again, the vaccine is one way that you can do that. So I'm going to get into the fun part. I know you guys are just dying to hear my jokes because that's the highlight of the show, right? Right. So in honor of Labor Day, which is right around the corner, I pulled up a couple of Labor Day jokes for you. So the question is, if the train station is where the train stops, and a bus station is where the bus stop, what is a workstation? All right, that's not really a great joke, but it's my Labor Day joke, and it works for me. Get it? Labor Day work for me? Got it? Okay. So the next part is going to be even better. This is where we're going to go over. We're going to take a look at the menu coming up from Knife's Edge and Carrie and her team and what they have over for you there. So we will be right back after this, and we'll be bringing Bobbi Jo and Terry on to talk about the AFEV. Thank you very much. Welcome back. That menu at Knife's Edge looks fantastic. Really looking forward to getting over there and taking advantage of some of that good food. So we have Bobbi Jo with us today, and we're going to talk a little bit about what's happening over at Bob Hope Village, specifically about what things we're doing to try to make sure that we're ahead of COVID and specifically this new Delta variant that we're all dealing with. So tell us a little bit.
So as you've noticed, a lot of things have kind of gone back to normal. And so as we've gone over the last 2 months or so, we've been able to add things back in. But with the Delta variant, so what our plans are going forward, and we're going to implement on September 1st, mask wearing back into the Commons building. What we didn't those was the lounges and the laundry rooms. Though that you would still wear your mask if just to be at this time. We did have an opportunity yesterday. Sam's came out and we did a lot of vaccines for a lot of residents, and they offered COVID if people didn't have it. And again, we put out there, if you don't have it and you want it, please contact us because we can make that happen. But even though we're making it mandatory, we're still asking that when your visitors come, friends, whether it's family, back into your apartments or just out into any of the common areas, that they would be respectful. We're asking the staff to do the same. One of the biggest things is don't come to the Commons building if you don't feel good. We're telling that to our employees too. You know, we're asking that same respect out of everybody. So.
Right. And it's really easy to get tested these days as well. I traveled not too long ago, and one of the requirements was to go get a test done. And you can go down to CVS, or you can go to Walgreens. There's a number of different places you can go, and they'll do a quick test on you, and you'll be able to find out the results typically within 36 to 48 hours. So no reason not to know, excuse me, what your health condition is, and as I cough there, of course. But we are asking people to help us. This new variant obviously is very contagious. You've probably seen a lot about it on the news already. So please be careful. I know I'm seeing a lot more mask wear in the downtown areas, in the shopping stores, but whether it's grocery stores or whether it's Lowe's or Home Depot, the big stores, you're seeing a lot of people. So I think that's very, very prudent, and would ask you to also measure that yourself. And again, be aware of how you feel, and then protect yourself and protect our community. So you mentioned vaccines. So we had the flu shot that was out here, which is really good. That's always very helpful, and I know we're going to encourage people to do that again this year. But we are thinking that there'll be a third COVID vaccine shot coming up as well. So any initial thoughts on what we will do in that situation?
Yes, sir. So the third shot they're saying is the 6 months out. So that puts us in the October time frame from when we received our original shots back in the February-March time frame. So we are looking at different opportunities to bring someone here to the community and be able to do those. Once we have more solid information on that, we'll definitely put it out. But that's something we definitely want to offer to our residents and our staff.
Okay. Well, that's great. We look forward to doing that. That's going to be very helpful. I think we can all think back to last year in the December time frame, and the impact that the vaccines that we started taking in January had on our operation and our lives. So we look forward to getting that third booster as well. And who knows, I mean, we may be dealing with regular COVID shots for the foreseeable future. Just as we know now, there's a lot of things that we don't understand about this virus, but we're in a pretty good place right now. We do want people to continue to be careful, cooperate, and to help us. So thank you for that. We're going to take a quick break real quick. We're going to go over and take a look at some birthdays and celebrate those happy occasions. So thanks, Bobbi Jo. Appreciate you coming on. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back, and happy birthday one more time to our people that we just recognized. We are here with Terry from the Hawthorn House, and we're going to continue with our discussions about COVID and the Delta variant, and specifically how this is impacting operations at the Hawthorn House. So, what's going on over there?
Well, we're happy to report that we are open for visitors and guests, and they can come in. They do have to still. Again, we the building. They can meet with their residents in their room, in the common area. They just can't be around other residents that they're not visiting. So we're super excited about that. We continue to have staff and their during the workday, and we've done really well on trying to keep the virus out of the facility. We have had staff members become positive, and that's kind of goes along with the county increase, but we've done really well in ensuring that our residents are staying safe.
Yeah, that's it's been one of the highlights, I think, of the last 17 plus months is the ability of the Hawthorn House to be able to keep the residents healthy. So kudos to you and the team over there, and I know it takes a lot of hard work, both when they're at work and then also when the staff is not at work. I mean, you still have to be very careful out there, and you have to respect the fact that you could simply be exposed to it and bring it into the building. And the next thing you know, you've got COVID in the building and people are getting sick.
Right. I think the great thing about the staff is they understand where they work, and they treat them like they would their mom or dad. And so I think that that's a positive, that they do know where they're at, and they do know that it's serious if it does get into the building.
Right. And so tell us a little bit about the beauty salon. Is that open?
The beauty salon is open. We do try to limit it to 1 or 2 residents or customers. But that has been going well, and the beauticians have been able to schedule and so that's been a positive thing. We do have some card playing games on Monday night, and so that's always fun. Residents from Bobbi Jo Village kind of come over, and then we have Tai Chi on Saturday, so that's a great benefit that we're able to have those volunteers come back in and lead some events.
Right. And how about the rehab? They're open still, right?
Select Rehab is open, and they have a lot of new staff, so that's a great opportunity to offer more residents within Hawthorn House and Bobbi Jo Village, but they are open and getting people healthy.
That's great. And Bobbi Jo, and we were talking earlier about some of the protections that we take, and one of the things that we wanted to highlight about that was if a resident is going out using our drivers, we want to make sure that people are wearing masks when they're in that closed space, and I know that you also have people that go out on a regular basis. What are some of the other precautions that you would highlight to people to make sure that they're being careful?
Well, we also make sure that we clean at least twice a day the touch area. I think that that's something that's anytime a resident or staff member has an inkling of thinking about being sick, we then do a rapid test. People think, oh, I have a cold or I just feel kind of run down, but we want to immediately test them just to kind of alleviate maybe their stress and then our stress, and try to stop it before anything spreads.
Yeah, and one of the things that's very different about this variant is the impact that it has on children. The previous variants, you didn't really see children impacted by it, but now it seems like this one in particular is impacting the children. So obviously with the staff members, kids, grandkids, you have to really, really be careful and make sure that you're taking those precautions. And I know that our staff members over there, our team members, are doing that as well.
Correct. And we have had families or staff members with their children, being exposed. And the good thing is a lot of our staff are vaccinated, so that really helps cut down. And each time we have a exposure or a positive, we always talk to the Department of Health. We get their guidance and really evaluate what needs to be done and execute that. Right.
That's, I mean, we have seen proactive, and also the state and the guidance that's been us a really good path to take care of the residents. And so, absolutely. Good. Well, thank you very much for coming on. Appreciate it. Thank you for your team and all the great care that you provide over to the Hawthorn House residents there. Back after this next segment, we're going to take a look at some promotions and some upcoming events. We'll be right back. Well, it has been a very informative episode of Cook with Brooke. Hopefully you learned some things and you understand a little bit more about what's happening both at Bob Hope Village and at the Hawthorn House with the different precautions that we're taking and the different things that we're doing to protect you. Remember, 1st of September in the Commons, we're going to go to mandatory masks in the Commons again, and that is, again, just to protect, just to add that extra layer of caution. That's not going to impact the fitness center, the Kellogg Fitness Center, and it's not going to impact the day rooms and some of the other activities. However, please be careful. Use your own good sense to know when you should protect yourself, when you should take that extra level of caution to make sure that you are staying healthy. It's been a pleasure being here. There's a lot of things that you have to consider as we move forward. The COVID situation is not changing, unfortunately. We're going to be dealing with this for some time to come in the future. So maintain your vigilance. Know that we have to do the right things to be able to protect our community. And if you ever have any questions, if you ever have any doubts, please don't hesitate to reach out to either me or Bobbi Jo or Terry and ask questions. And again, if you're not feeling well, let somebody know. Pick up that phone, make a phone call, and let us know, and we'll be able to help you out. So I thank you for watching Cook with Brooke. We'll be back again in a few weeks. I look forward to talking with you then. Until then, please stay safe, please stay healthy, please protect our community. God bless you all. Thank you.